Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to Easy Dishes, where today I'll be making one of my favorite Indian dishes, butter chicken. First we're going to start by cutting one onion in half and then peeling and dicing it into fairly large pieces, just like we did multiple times before. So just slice it lengthwise a few times, like this, and then dice it, and do that for the entire onion. When that is done, we take about 50 grams of fresh ginger root, which we're going to peel by using a spoon like this and scrape off the outermost layer. This is the quickest and easiest way to peel ginger, so voila, that's already it. Get rid of all the skin, and then we're going to grate the whole thing as fine as we can. When that is done, the next step is very optional, but I like to do it. I just take my knife and chop it across so it's a little finer even, and we can pull it apart like this. Put that to the side too, and then we're going to crush and finely mince 3 cloves of garlic. Simply use your knife and then chop along until you have very small pieces. Last but not least, we're going to prepare the chicken. We're going to be using 2 chicken breasts, which we are going to cut in half like this along the seam. And in order to get equal sized cubes, we're going to cut the large half lengthwise as well. And when that is done, we're going to cut the chicken into about bite-sized pieces all the way through. And that's already everything we have to do in preparation. Over at the stove, we're going to be melting a very large amount of butter, about 150 grams, in a saute pan, along with a generous splash of sesame oil, and wait for the whole thing to heat up. This should take no longer than a minute or a minute and a half, and when that is done, we're going to throw in all the onions and let them glaze for a minute until we add the chicken as well. Give that a little stir until everything is covered, and now we're going to be adding the seasonings. These are going to consist of 2 teaspoons of mild curry, 1 teaspoon of smoked paprika, 1 teaspoon of cayenne pepper, 1 to 2 teaspoons of kosher salt, freshly ground black pepper, 1 teaspoon of ground curcuma, and 2 teaspoons of garam masala. Give that a little stir, and notice that we have a very good fond going at the bottom of the pan. At this point we're going to be adding the garlic and the ginger, which we're going to stir in as well, and then we're going to put 1 lime in the coconut and drink it all up, along with 1 to 2 teaspoons of tomato paste. Give that a stir, and the acidity of the lime will break the fond at the bottom very nicely and infuse it into the sauce. Add about 500 milliliters of pureed tomatoes along with a splash of water. Give that a little stir and turn down the heat to very low and let it simmer for no less than 1.5 hours. I know this is going to take a while, just stir it a little. Check the meat for tenderness, and when you can't hold it any longer, that's the point when you can start preparing the side. For me it was basmati rice, and yeah, I'm using a Star Wars cup to measure the rice, don't at me. Add some salt, and when the rice is mostly done, we can give the buttered chicken a little stir, taste for seasoning, which was fine to me, check the rice for doneness, which was also pretty fine. And now we can get ready for the plating. Into a small bowl we add 2 tablespoons of rice, a generous amount of the buttered chicken, line it all up, and now we can get ready to enjoy a very tender and authentic buttered chicken. Anyway, this is one of my favorite dishes to make. I hope you enjoyed it as well. I cannot recommend it enough, and I hope to see you next week. Leave a like if you feel like it, and thanks for watching.